Hello, I'm Mike with this week's new and trending AI tools you can't afford to miss. The internet is awash with Black Friday deals today, so rather than overwhelm you, I'll share one simple Black Friday tip you're going to love. And for this, it's time to reinstall the Comet Browser. It's a pretty good AI-powered web browser I demoed a few weeks ago, and this tip comes with big credit to Stephen Robles. Stephen is constantly dropping good videos on his channel, but it is this one that inspired me, and I'll link it up down below. Now, I'm browsing the Elgato website for Black Friday. I need to get some gear for the new studio I'm building. Okay, I really like the look of this Stream Deck pedal, and it's at full price presently, not on sale, so I'm going to add it to the cart. Here I am at the checkout, and my prompt, find a promo code for this website and keep trying different codes until one works. Okay, immediately it's taken a screenshot of the checkout page. It can see the product I've got in my cart. Now it's making a to-do list, and it's immediately searching the web to try and find valid coupon codes that can apply to my cart. No more visiting scammy websites or installing dodgy plugins. This is all happening automatically for me in the browser. As you can see here, it's identifying some coupon codes. Now it's moving on to the second part of the list, which is to test those codes. So now it's controlling this page and it's pasting in codes. It'll apply to the cart. And boom, straight away, first code, discount. So there you go, a small saving, but definitely worth it. Your AI agent can work in the background on saving you money while you do other more important work. If you like what you see so far, throw a like and subscribe. I do videos like this weekly.
Okay, so here's a bit of news for you. I'm actually leaving the UK to go and live in Cyprus. This is what presently looks like in my place. Completely empty, suitcases everywhere. And so I thought, what better way to test an AI tool than to use the brand new Claude Opus 4.5. It trended on Product Hunt this week, and they say it's the best model for coding, agents, and computer use. So let's find out by switching to it in Cursor. And it's available at the same cost as Sonnet 4.5 for the first 2 weeks. So definitely a good time to test this model out. And here's the first prompt: create a modern dark mode single-page dashboard called Cyprus OS, kind of cyberpunk terminal style for a British expat in Cyprus. I need to get my feet on the ground quickly, and I'm hoping AI can assist me with that. Let's start this project right now with Opus 4.5 and see what the first moves are. First of all, of course, it thinks things through. It's dramatically fast. I do find that the Codex 5.1 from OpenAI tends to be quite slow. And I tell you what, while this is working away, let's do the first prompt inside Codex as well to see what the design looks like there. Okay, and just as I started Codex, I can see Claude Opus 4.5 finished. I can actually test out GPT 5.1 Codex Max, so absolutely let's try that new model, and we'll go ahead and paste in exactly the same prompt to Codex. Okay, it's great to see that Codex is spinning into action as well, so while that happens, let's actually review what's happened here. Opus 4.5 created just one file here. There's a lot of stuff, there's CSS in here, and a ton more. I think we'll keep that and maybe go ahead and take a look. Wow, oh my goodness me, this is almost too much here for Cyprus OS. It's guesstimated my name, years in Cyprus, local temperature, residency, tax status. Oh my goodness me. There's a ton of stuff here. This is almost overwhelming for me from one prompt. All right, the good news is in the time it took me to show you that first attempt, let's look at what Codex has finished and created. I'll double click the index file. And you know what? Actually, it's not too dissimilar to what we've seen from Claude Opus 4.5. Although I have to say, if I were to compare the two, I think that Claude Opus 4.5 is the winner here. All right, let's do a follow-up prompt here. And I'm going to say, remove all holding data and start with just this. And then for the prompt, I've said that basically I want to create a Limassol atmosphere widget that gives me air quality because of the sand and dust storms that can happen. I've given central coordinates for Limassol. I've said display temperature, humidity, and big color-coded alerts for me. I think this will be important data to have on my Cyprus OS, and we can see Claude Opus 4.5 is thinking about it. It's already using the OpenMeteo.com API, which doesn't require any API key, so I think within moments I should have a great dashboard with what I need. And in the interest of fairness, why don't I run this with Codex as well at the same time so we can develop both websites in parallel. You can see Claude Opus 4.5 is going to work here. It's quite interesting. I didn't give it any prompt on using a framework, and it's just created a simple index HTML page. The same with Codex on max mode as well. And now we'll go back to my Cyprus OS, refresh, and oh my goodness me, now this is a more accurate temperature. Before it was saying it was 31 degrees, which it is not, but 23 degrees today seems about right, 46% humidity, and the air is clear. I love that, with a 19 PM10 rating. This is really cool, and if the air were to get blocked with sand or pollutants, this part of my dashboard would turn orange or red. This is already looking really cool, and I've got to say, it's one of the best designs I've seen yet for a one-prompt website. All right, it also appears that Codex finished up, so let's take a look. And look at that. Yes, we've got a very good accurate temperature, humidity, and a PM10 rating with air quality clear. When I compare both OS, I've got to say that I definitely prefer what Opus 4.5 is pumping out. With that said, I'm feeling a bit of FOMO with Gemini 3 Pro. I mean, it's only just over a week old, so I'm going to put the same prompt into the build area of Google's AI Studio. I'm going to let Gemini 3 rip on this idea as well and see what it will come up with. While that's working away, I also love running and walking the dog, and I'd love to add that to my Cyprus OS dashboard, so I've got a little prompt here that will use Wikiloc to find some good hiking trails to take the dog on some walks and trail runs. So we'll get Opus 4.5 on that. I'll also fire up my Termius here, and I'll run that very same prompt right here inside Codex and see exactly what happens. Now, you can see already over here inside Cursor, it wants to search the web. I'll give it the ability to also do that in the future, and now it's going to go ahead and explore. Checking back into the Codex status, we can see it's working away on that. And let's actually go back to my web browser. And I've got to say, wow, okay, Gemini 3 Pro, this is very, very interesting. This is incredible, actually. I've got to say, this is looking wild. It's even monitoring internet, weather, and you can, oh my goodness me. This is actually, now I'm finding it hard to judge. Is this the best looking OS? Is this the best? Or is what Google's Gemini 3 Pro pumped out the best? I'm kind of steering towards Google Gemini 3 Pro, but what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Right, time waits for no one, and I can see Opus 4.5 and also Codex from OpenAI finishing up here. And look at that, actually, Codex already finished, so let's take a look. This is Codex, and now not only do we have a live weather pool for Limassol from OpenMeteo, which is pretty accurate, but we've got dog-friendly pics for today, and this is very interesting. It's pulled in a couple of runs. Now, I don't know how accurate this is. I can click here, and it takes me straight to Wikiloc's website. No specific runs. It seems to have just randomly picked. Not sure what kind of stats it was using to do that, but at least it's a start for my own OS. Okay, we can see everything has wrapped up. I'm going to keep the changes immediately, go back to my Chrome browser, and let's refresh Opus 4.5. Wow. Okay, now we have a Limassol atmosphere, part of my dashboard, run trail, the ideal conditions today. It's perfect to take the doggo for a walk, and it's giving me already a suggested trail because it's shaded at this time of day, a 4.5K, easy at 120 meter elevation. Selected for ideal temperature range. And I can click view on Wikiloc, and look at this, it's actually taken me to the exact trail that I can run with my dog, suggested based on weather conditions today. Very cool stuff. Right, I'm kind of getting into the jam, so let's do a tech arbitrage prompt here. Basically, I want it to compare prices. I know sometimes it can be tricky to obtain items in Cyprus, so I definitely want AI assistance for this. I'm also going to go over to my terminal and run the very same prompt with Codex, and we'll see if we can create a comparison quick click that can open up Amazon Germany, Stefanis, which is a local retailer, and Bazaraki, which is like an eBay of Cyprus, to compare prices. Okay, initially I said Opus 4.5 is fast, but look, it's still planning away while Codex has already finished. So maybe I have to hand it to Codex Max for being the faster AI coding assistant in this particular case. We can actually say Opus 4.5 is also finished up as well here. This is our Opus 4.5 where I can put my iPhone 17 Pro. No, it's definitely not working. What about Codex, iPhone 17 Pro? No, still only Amazon Germany opening. But interestingly enough, this page has actually said pop-ups are blocked. This is my Opus 4.5 version. So I'm thinking maybe I can always allow pop-ups here. Refresh, and we'll test one more time. Yes! yes, look at this, fantastic. Bazaraki with second-hand iPhone 17 Pros popping up there. This is fantastic. We've got, yes, the local retailer here with an iPhone 17 Pro, a little pricier than Amazon Germany. It definitely worked there. And over in my Codex version, yes, we're getting the same thing. So I think if I unblock these pop-ups now, it was a Chrome issue and maybe not an AI issue, hitting enter, opened Amazon, and then with a delay, it opened the other two retailers. So that's a tick in both cases. But out of all of these Cyprus OS designs that we've made, I really think the one that Google Gemini 3 Pro has popped out looks absolutely incredible. And this is probably the one I'd take further for my life in Cyprus. Hope you've enjoyed this little experiment.
So there you go. Those are the AI updates I've got for you this week. And a little bit of a personal update as well. This studio, actually, by the time you watch this video, will be completely dismantled. I'm moving countries. I'm leaving the UK and moving to Cyprus. If you happen to be based in Cyprus, I would absolutely love to hear from you and connect with some AI and tech-minded folks out there. So reach out to me. You can join my community down below. Send me a message. I would absolutely love to hear from you. It's going to be a chaotic month or so as I do move and build my new studio. So please bear with me over the coming weeks with content as we head towards Christmas and the new year. But I hope to be all up and running and back to a fantastic standard by the 1st of January 2026. As always, thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate it. And YouTube is showing a video on your screen now you should watch next. Thanks.